All right, let's get started. The first question that you want to start with when you're setting up your pipeline is to ask yourself, do you want to sell something at the end of this pipeline that you are creating? If the answer is yes, then when someone submits the payment on the offer checkout page, where do you want to direct them? Do you want to direct them to a landing page that you create, the default Kajabi thank you page, which is determined by your website theme currently activated, or do you want to send them to the library? If you want to send them to a landing page that you create that serves the purpose of being a thank you page, then go ahead and create that page now, because what you'll do is you're going to select that page as you're building the pipeline. If you don't create it now, you'll make it so far and then you'll have to stop and go back. I am a huge fan of tell me what I need to have before I start the project. That's what I'm helping you do right now. If you want to send them either to the library or use Kajabi's default thank you page, again, determined by the website currently active on your site, then you don't need to worry, all right? So we're gonna move forward to the next question, which is, do you want to send your new subscriber or customer a free download from the pipeline you're currently creating? If the answer is no, then you probably are using this pipeline as part of an onboarding experience. So you've answered you're not selling anything and you don't want to send them a download. So your choice that you've narrowed it down to is that you're using the pipeline as customer onboarding, meaning you're likely going to be using this for the product launch pipeline, but reimagining, repurposing that video layout by removing the email capture at the beginning and the sales page at the end, but providing a way to onboard your customers. So you do not need to worry about anything else at this point. Now, if you are going to provide a download, go ahead and create that download now. Again, we want to have the stuff that we're going to put in the pipeline ready before we start making the pipeline. It will go far more smoothly. Now, once you have your download completed, then do you want your subscriber or customer to get a product as a result of the pipeline you are creating? If you answer yes, then is your product complete? Is it ready? If it's not, there's two options. One, not a big deal. Two, you want to stop and go create it. If you're pre-selling your product, meaning you're going to see if there's interest, you're kind of testing the waters, you want to sell it before you build it, you can do that. All you need to do is make sure that you set your offer start date, give yourself enough time to turn that product on. Otherwise, when they click the offer checkout, they will get the product and it won't be there. So you want to make sure that you select your offer start date, not at the time of purchase, but sometime in the future, so that it gives you time to get the product completed. Now, if you do not want to give them a product, then again, you're probably just using it for the free report pipeline is what you're using. So the next question is going to be, and here's where Bizzle comes into play. Again, Bizzle is business plus legal. Do you have a contract with purchase terms for what you are selling? Now, selling meaning free or paid. You are giving people access to your intellectual property. And while 90% of people are not going to abuse this, you want to, again, you're operating a business. You're selling your intellectual property. You're providing access to that intellectual property. So if you have purchase terms, awesome. I will show you how to hook those up when we get to pipeline power. If you don't have contract purchase terms, then please make sure to watch the video. I've given you the download. I've given you the legal template to create what I call course participant contract. Now, this is purchase terms. This is different than the terms that live on your website. The people that are on your website are not yet in your inner circle. When someone buys your intellectual property, yes, it's a digital world. Yes, you cannot protect from everything, but I have worked for too long behind the scenes knowing that a very small sheet of paper can save you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, not to mention the lost time, the stress, the damaged relationships. It's really important. I didn't set out to be a lawyer. I was in business beforehand, so I've seen both sides of the coin. I understand really, is this necessary? Yes, it is. It really, really, and truly is. If you would put your child in a car seat before sending them on the freeway to drive, from here to wherever, then put your content in a contract. Kind of think of it as a safety seat for your courses. That's a good analogy. All right, so we're going to move forward. And the next part is also a Bizzle intersection point. And this has to do with having a privacy policy on your website. So do you have a privacy policy on your website? If you do, awesome. We'll hook it up when we get to the offer section of Pipeline Power. If you don't, okay, now you're in the perfect position to get that set up. Anytime you are taking someone's money, or you are taking their name or email, which is called personally identifiable information, you are required by law to provide your privacy policy. So as you're building your pipeline, you want to make sure that you go into that footer section, that you check that box that says show the footer, that you have the footer menu selected that has your privacy policy in it, so that it is displaying before people enter their information. Now, in 99% of the cases, is this ever going to be a problem? No, absolutely not. Unfortunately, it is that 1% that when they decide to make your life hard, don't make it easy for them. When something happens in the legal sense, it's freeze tag. So the minute something happens, think of it exactly like a freeze tag situation for your site. What was on there is frozen. It means you can't add to it, you can't take away from it. So you make it easy on yourself by making it difficult for people to cause you trouble, okay? It's a very easy thing to do. It's probably less than an hour fix. Again, inside Pipeline Power, I am giving you the full training that is inside my paid Bizzlebox membership. I'm also giving you the privacy policy, okay? So there are no excuses for not having this done, this and your course contract. Now, step 8, we are ready to get to making your offer checkout page. We're so close to the end. So if you are selling something, again, free or paid, but in the context of a pipeline, more than likely this is going to be paid. What you want to do, and there's 2 different ways you can do this. The course participant contract terms, the purchase terms, you want to have people have the opportunity to read them and agree to them before you take their money. Taking their money after the fact is not setting up a solid foundation. It isn't. It's like putting your pants on and then putting your underwear on over your pants. Not the right order, okay? Not the right order. Now, the way that you do it in Kajabi, in the offer checkout copy box, you can hyperlink to the page where you have that contract. You put the contract on a static page on your site, you get the URL, and then you hyperlink to it. What I have done, because that sometimes you forget, even I forget, is I just made a separate footer menu, and in that footer menu, I call it the footer offer checkout page, so that when I'm making my offer checkout pages, I select that footer menu, and the footer menu already has in there my standalone course purchase terms. It also has my membership purchase terms. So I don't have to remember to link it up. I don't have to run the chance that I mistakenly didn't link them in there. So those are my two best practices. The easiest being create a footer menu, put your course participant contract terms or your purchase terms into that spot. And that way, anytime you're making an offer, you just select the footer and you're all done, okay? It's maybe 3 to 5 minutes. I will tell you it will save you thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in stress and lost time and effort and all kinds of stuff. So that's the offer. That's the other Bizzle, that is the Bizzle intersection to the offer checkout page. Now, with all of that done, now we're ready to build the pipeline. Now, if you haven't already taken the pipeline quiz, please feel free. Go get the pipeline quiz, and the questions that I ask you will help identify which of the pipelines is right for you to build. So whether it's the free report pipeline, the promotional offer pipeline, or the free, I want to say everything's free today, the product launch pipeline, that will help you identify which one is right for you. If this has brought up any questions for you, please feel free, add them below. I am more than glad to answer anything. I will point you in the right direction if I need to for further information. But hopefully this gives you a really good leg up in terms of not just creating your pipeline, but most importantly, creating a solid pipeline that is not going to scale a mess. I do not enjoy scaling messes. Have a great day. So nice to meet you. Looking forward to getting to know you better, and I will talk to you soon.